President William Ruto has set a timeline for his government to implement measures that will deal with the issues ailing the country, top among them being corruption and bad leadership. With proposed amendments to existing laws such as the Evidence Act and Criminal Procedure Code, President Ruto promised that the revisions will expedite investigation and prosecution of corruption and economic crimes cases within 6 months. NTV's Ruth Sarmoy-Chesenge breaks down the 7 measures Ruto trusts will accelerate progress in the country.
Following the month-long anti-government protests that rocked the country, President William Ruto has come up with measures he believes will catapult the country forward.
I have heard you, and I have heard you clearly.
In order to address the vicious circle of corruption, Ruto called for the amendment to the Evidence Act and Criminal Procedure Code and all statutes relating to corruption within 6 months in a bid
Expedite investigations and prosecution of corruption and economic crimes cases and provide for their conclusion within 6 months.
In line with that, the head of state called for changes into the Witness Protection Act.
Protect and incentivize whistleblowers and enhance witness protection, making it easier and safer for citizens to come forward and report corruption as well as other criminal activities.
Ruto, and in 90 days, Ruto proposed for amendments to the Public Finance Act and Public Procurement and Disposal Act to curb corruption, conflict of interest and abuse of office, issues that have become rampant in the public sector. The National Assembly also has been urged to pass the Conflict of Interest Bill that seeks to manage conflict of interest in the public sector. The head of state also promised to work with Parliament to create legislative and regulative framework to improve the transparency of value-added tax refunds in a bid to reduce the about 400 billion shillings used annually and redirect the monies to productive sectors in the economy. He also asked Parliament to amend laws that will reduce or eliminate importation of goods and products already manufactured in the country.
We must have a national conversation as to whether we want to be a supermarket for products from other countries or we want to produce products that we already have manufacturing capacity in Kenya.
Na wageni wako uliowalika tumeandaliwa.
The judicial system asked to communicate timeframes for proceedings of all active cases to the public. Ruth Sarmoy-Chesenge, NTV.